Today, we're installing a brand new set of Bilstein shock absorbers. This is our 2018 Daytona Charger. Should be pretty similar for most Chargers. These are just OEM replacements. We got them off Summit Racing. I think they're about a $140 a piece, so a whole set will put you back about $550. Should just be a standard set of tools, ratchets, wrenches, torque wrench. A jack is super helpful. This isn't something you need a lift for. You can work one corner of the car at a time. We'd highly recommend you get spring compressors. You can rent them from any of the green or orange stores, but in this video I show you kind of a redneck way to do it, so look forward to that. Love to hear if you guys have any other tips or tricks. Let's get to it. We've got the car up in the air, we've got the tires off. First thing we're gonna do is get this jack placed under this assembly so we can put a little bit of pressure on it, so if we start unbolting things, it doesn't first hang there and it doesn't release any spring pressure, that kind of thing. So, all right. And we're just gonna put a little bit of pressure on that. We're not trying to raise it off the lift or anything. What I'm gonna do is unbolt. There's only 2 bolts I have to take off down here. We'll go ahead and take that off first, and we'll do that bolt right there, and we should be good to go. And then we can jump up top, pull this thing out, and swap over the spring. So I've got a 10mm socket we're gonna put on the end of this. As you can see, this will just spin if you impact it. We didn't try or anything, but it's not too bad. Okay, so we've got that nut off, and then that should just pop out easily. And I'm gonna put the nut right back on it so we don't lose it. And then our lower bolt. And this one's a little bit tighter. And I don't know if our new set has a replacement bolt for this, so we'll put this somewhere safe for now. Then we're gonna come up top. Underneath this little plastic piece here, we can pop off. We've got 13mm bolts. And I'm gonna go ahead and loosen all of these before taking any of them off, because you can, I don't know if you could see that, but this already loosened up and started to drop down, and we're gonna wanna make sure we can catch it. So that's part of the reason we've supported it with the jack, so we can manually lower that assembly as needed. See? And I think we've got everything out of the way. We can see that this is all loose, so I'm just gonna lower this whole assembly just a tiny bit, so we've got enough space to get everything out. And now I'm going to put the jack back underneath it to support that while I bang that thing out. Woo! Got it.
Easy.
Easy. 20 minutes of hammering. Do you have anything up there?
No.
Okay. All right. Woo! All right, so I'm just gonna leave this supported so we don't pull on any brake lines or anything. That's why we had the jack under there. So right now we can gently lower this down, and we should have enough room to pull this guy out. Just while we swap over this spring, keep everything snug right there. Well, so we've got our new shock here. If you were doing coilovers that came assembled or something like that, it'd be a simple swap out now. This is a rear. So we are just replacing the strut, which means we're gonna have to take off this top hat and spring. And that can be really intimidating for a lot of people. They say you should use a spring compressor of some kind, but nobody's got time for that. So I'll show you how I was shown how to do it. Do it at your own risk. But, and I don't believe, yes, they are front right. Is that front right? Yeah. So we'll just make sure everything looks the same. And like I said, I probably wouldn't recommend doing it this way. These springs aren't quite as crazy as everybody makes them out to be. So you're gonna put it up against something solid and you're just gonna support it. You'll see when that bolt start coming loose, you can check it frequently. And you really don't want it walking away like it just was. See? Spring is uncompressed. Wasn't anything crazy. We're gonna keep track of the order of things here. So I think we've got a new top hat. Let's go check that out. I think this is what we need. This is what we've got here. That seems pretty solid, actually. Make sure, yeah, that looks like about the right height. Now we're gonna take our rubber boots. These can get torn up, especially on higher mileage cars. I'm gonna see if I can get this one off. Take this off, yeah, and that's gonna pop off. And then we can rotate this around before we tighten down our bolt to make sure everything's lined up, and then that spring is gonna be rotated the correct orientation. Okay, let's see if with this piece of metal tube, I can use this metal hammer and maybe it won't be so terrible. Oh, hey, I think we're just about there. Bam. Felt that bottom out, everything looks centered. Okay, lots of hammering I didn't anticipate doing today, but that's okay. We've got our little stop here. Throw that on just like it came. Yeah, just like it came off the other one. We can throw our spring back on here. Now, this is where you might really want a spring compressor. But I think we're gonna use the new nut. And this can take a fair bit of force, but I think if I'm good, I can compress this down enough to get the nut started and then tighten everything up. Got a socket on there, so hopefully I can get a little better grab on it. Yes. Okay. And now we got our bolts started. I'm gonna see how far I can get with the gun. If it starts spinning, we'll have to use kind of like on the sway bar, wrench, so. Alrighty, so we have our strut reassembled. We're gonna put it back in the car. So, I think it's oriented something like this. Upcoming video on replacing hood struts. No, I think we should be all right. Okie doke. So on the top, we've got the two studs facing towards the engine. So I think we'll be pretty darn close. What I'm gonna do is, we've got the jack positioned under there to catch this. If it falls, we're gonna loosen our support this just a little bit. Whew. Okay. Now that we've got that mostly in place, if I can just get these bolts up into here and get those started on the top hat, everything should be held in place. I think I gotta loosen this up one more time. Might need an extra set of hands for this one, would be nice. One sec. I'm gonna try and zip tie this up. I can't quite, I don't want it to pull on this brake line and stuff while I get those top hat bolts in. So I think if I can zip tie this close enough, I can get those top hat bolts in without this getting too stressed. Yeah, look at that, right on. Okay, so we'll go up top and we're gonna wanna have our 13 ready on a gun, and we're gonna reach underneath and we should be able to put that in place. And at the very least, get these started. We're just gonna snug these up for now. We'll come back through and torque them down, but this will at least make sure everything's held in place pretty firmly, and we'll come back down under the car. Cut our zip tie. I'm gonna try and get this bolt started and at least part way through before snugging up the rest of this. I'm gonna employ the jack a little bit to try and help line that up. And probably leaving those top hat nuts a little bit looser up top would probably make my life a little easier. But here we are. Whew. All right, we got that at least started. And now this bolt should be far easier. Woo. We got that started. Should be able to ditch the jack for now. And we can get our sway bar, make sure everything's fitted into place. Beautiful. So now we know it fits. Everything's at least started. I'm gonna come, I think, down here, make sure I can get this bolt all the way through. Wow, perfect. And we'll double check our 13s. And let's go through and check everything with a torque wrench. All right, so we're torquing these to 20 foot-pounds. Ah, there we go. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. Nice. So this guy should be 74 foot-pounds. Nice. Lower mounting bolt on the shock, 128 foot-pounds. Nice. That was a solid click there. And this is 35 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. So we're at 35 and then go about 90 degrees. Okay. So we'll give this a little wipe down. That can go right on top. And that's the front done. Same process on the other side. Let's go hop to the back. Back should be, knock on wood, a little simpler than the front. Same deal as last time. We've got the jack over here. What we're gonna do is support this lower control arm, take some of the pressure off, especially this spring is basically just held in here by this bolt holding the lower control arm. So we do want to be very careful of that. But with the jack supporting it, we can basically undo all these bolts, slowly lower it down. If we're replacing the spring as well, we can go ahead and yank that out, put the new one in, replace any rubber we have to, and then bolt everything back up. So let's get to it. Okay, looks like that's an 18. And I'm gonna need a wrench for the other side. Yeah, it's coming, slowly but surely. Now, if you do it just right, you can get it to where you can just push that bolt out, just like that. If there's any force on it, either up or down, it might not be that easy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and continue to lower the jack just a little bit. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and take out these other 2 bolts up top. 5/8, that's where that belongs. Let's see if I can get the gun in here, yes. All right, so now we're just gonna reach up in there and with a whole mess of force, we're gonna compress this shock down as much as we can. Come on. Come on, old girl. Yeah. Yeah, whew. Easy. So this should just be a pretty easy swap, and we'll bolt up the 3 bolts and we'll be good to go. I'm gonna try and leave this strap on until I get it in there, but that might be a mistake. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna compress it. You know what? I don't think the strap's gonna help much, but maybe if I had some really big zip ties. Now we're talking. You were holding out on me. Okay, we're gonna try something. I don't know if it's gonna work, but Brian has these mega zip ties. Holy zip tie. Yeah, this is gonna be good. This is a hack right here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is compress this. That doesn't seem sketchy at all. And let's see. Zip ties are probably gonna get in the way. Ugh, almost. Great. Okay. Easy. Now we can just cut our zip tie. Make sure it's lined up there. Take our zip tie. Might be a little stuck down there. Yes. See, easy peasy. So I'm gonna do a little finagling here to get this in position while I get the bolt started in the other side. Whew. And I'm just gonna get the nut started and while we get those top 2 started, and then we can tighten everything up. That's those 2. Okay. All right. Let's torque these down. Okay, so we're gonna be at 46 foot-pounds for our top bolts here. And we should be at 96 for this bottom bolt here. And again, we're gonna have to put a wrench on one side. There it is. Woo! Got it. So that's all there is to it, folks. Obviously, you want to be careful around compressed springs and that kind of thing, but it's not something you need to be scared of. It is what it is. We'd love to see what you guys think about trying to compress the springs in the back, or if you have your own tricks or tips. Hopefully it helps you guys out. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to subscribe for more, and we'll catch you on the next one.